Seems that envy is my sin.
Oh, what's in the box? What's in the fucking box?
What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of What's in the Box. I'm your host, DeathMetalHero, and with me are some longtime friends, Neff and Frequency Girl. What's going on, guys? How are you?
Chilling like villains, man. Hanging out
doing?
day after Christmas, enjoying ourselves. How about you?
I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well.
Yeah,
It's been a
day off.
Yeah, exactly. It's been a very low key, chill holiday this year, which I'm all for. You know, I don't fancy having a ton of stress during the holidays. So
Me neither.
yeah, so got a chance to just kind of hang out with my mom. You know, without my grandmother around. You know. Hey, and it was actually cold for Christmas. You know, cold for Florida. Let's be clear. Yeah, actually
I think it was like 9 degrees here.
Oh shit! Yeah, no, it was cold for Florida, and that was it was like 36. You know,
That is cold for Florida.
Yeah, I mean, there was a slight nip in the air as we're out for a walk, but
you
yeah,
need a coat.
yeah, you know, I actually got to bust out a sweater. You know, the hoodie. You know, I stare longingly at my hoodies most of the year, you know, because it's way too warm to wear anything like a long sleeve in this state,
Right?
Because it's humid as all hell. But yeah, so I got to wear a hat and a hoodie and you know pretend that it was really really cold, and you know it's nice for Christmas. So
I got socks.
nice.
That's not the only thing you got, and you were really excited about it. By the way,
It's true. They're good socks. They got those gold toes. You know, my normal socks they wear through usually. So I got socks and I got slippers. The two are mutually exclusive, but I'm happy to have both.
Nice.
Slippers are for when you.
Hey, we got Lord Crackhead. What's up, Crackhead?
What's going on, Lord Crackhead? Welcome, sir. And we got Flying Feline, Skull, beautiful.
Skull.
Thanks for coming to hang out.
I don't have a drink.
Appreciate you being here.
Go. Have that one. Ah.
It's not open.
He's drinking
Back there.
Stella Artois. It's,
Yes.
it's my drink.
I know.
When I drink beer.
I know.
Oh, you're a Stella man as well?
Oh, indeed, sir, indeed.
It's good stuff, man. You know, you
It is.
can drink a few of them and you don't feel like, you know, you've eaten an entire loaf of bread. And you don't feel like, you know, supremely drunk. You buzzed, you know. It's a good drinking beer.
It's not super heady or
Yeah.
rich or dark, and it doesn't have that like really biting sting of an IPA. It's like I like lagers. I like, you know, ales. It's
Same.
just clean drinking, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. It's and quite refreshing.
Indeed.
I'm not a big beer drinker.
Well, I mean, this is pretty light on the hops, so I mean, it's not nearly as beer-ish as it could be. Yeah.
She'll drink cider, usually.
Cider.
Oh, cider's great.
lime.
Yeah.
It's like anything bitter. I'm not a fan of bitter.
I'm bitter
Even
all
if
the
it
time.
had, well, I mean, yeah. I don't like
I don't know.
Bitter
Makes things difficult, you know. Bitter. Yeah, I don't really go for like the super hoppy IPAs. Those don't do anything for me. Just because, you know, I've gotten way too wasted on them, and now like that super hoppy, it's kind of like, that reminds me of a really bad hangover I once had. I don't think I'm gonna go there again.
Feel the same way about Jack Daniels. Exactly. Like I smell it and I'm like, ooh, the stomach rolls over, you know. Like I remember that
The
coming
body
out of
says
me
no.
way too many times.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried a sour beer or a goza beer?
Yeah.
Like a hipstery kind of
I was
drink.
actually at was out playing pool with Feline. We went to a bar that had a pool table, and I'm up at the bar and I asked the dude, like, you know, what's popular, what's you know what to drink. And he's like, oh, you should try this. It's like from a microbrewery. Says nothing about it being a sour. I get it back to the table, and you know she breaks, and I take a sip of it, and I'm just like, she's like, "What's wrong?" And I was like, "This beer. This is bad beer.
It's bad. It's gone bad.
It's gone terrible. This is awful." I have her taste, and she's like, "Oh, that is awful." And so I took I took it back up to the bar. I was like, man, I think this one's gone off. He's like, oh no, dude, it's a sour. Those are like what's popular right now. And I was like, oh,
With who?
okay.
I got a question. Did he have like mustache wax?
Like a handlebar?
You know, like wax
No,
in his mustache and like
I don't think
certain type
this
of
one
hair
did.
color, black rimmed
But
glasses.
he did
bow
have
tie.
like the kerchief and
Ah,
like the little
there you
beret.
go, that's
Yeah,
true.
so
That's
yeah, I was just like, oh, okay, this is
true. There was
awful.
one sour beer that Garrett made us drink that was called like Sour Patch Kid or something like that. And it was actually it did kind of taste like Sour Patches. So it was more like a cider to me than a beer.
And
And
soury
that one-
cider drink. I mean,
Yeah.
if I'm I take a beer, I'm expecting a beer, you know. You got to warn me if you're going to like, you know, do like a cherry something.
Get me
or
a
other.
Mickey, yeah.
Yeah.
That's-
It's like you gotta warn a motherfucker before you pull that shit, you know? Gotta prepare my taste buds for that. You know, I'm thinking beer
It's
and I'm getting like, you know, Cherry's Jubilee over here.
definitely a different taste, and I did appreciate that because you know, like you've got your Guinness, your Corona, your Michelob Ultra, if you will. You've got your your ales and lagers, and we talked about that.
Yeah.
But like that was a new flavor for me, so I was like. I don't know, compelled to drink sour beer for a couple months. But then I realized, like, these are weird. These are just weird, especially like they were selling them in these very floral looking cans at the store. It was almost like I felt like I was drinking White Claw. And so I was like, I'm just going to stop. I'm just going to stop doing that for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't know. It has to be a very specific type of beer to pull off the whole like fruit beer. Like I've had a blueberry wheat ale that was really good, but it worked the flavor of the blueberry into the rest of it. It wasn't, you know,
fruit. Like
it wasn't just fruit, you know, it wasn't like somebody dumped a bunch of fruit
like
into your
those.
beer. So
I like those. Like I like the lambics, right? That's
Yes,
it.
it's called a lambic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the
lambics
Belgian-
are good.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a Jay Ryan in the chat. Hello, Neff and Frequency Girl, and Luke as well, I guess. Yeah, I guess, you know, whatever. What's up, Jason? Good to see you, man. Oh, nice. I appreciate you swinging by, man. Yeah, I saw that you were streaming, and I was like, shit, I didn't know he was streaming tonight, but... welcome back, Feline. Appreciate you coming back. Let's see, Blue Samurai says, I turn in, and first thing I hear is, okay, this is awful. Should I be enticed to stay? I was talking about
We're talking
sour
about
beers. Yeah, I was talking about sour beers, so I don't know. I mean, if you're a sour beer fan, maybe.
I mean, you watch the slow motion train wreck, right? Like, it is compelling.
Right. Absolutely. You know, let's
Look
see.
at Joe Ball.
Hey, what's up, Joe Ball? Good to see you, man.
Hey, how's it going,
Thanks for
King
coming to
Toad?
hang out, dude.
Lord of Lines, Sultan of
ya.
Sketches, King of the Crosshatch.
Yeah, man, going to town on that book. It's
Yeah,
looking
I can't wait for
fantastic
that.
too, by the way.
It's gonna be awesome.
Got Jim Cox too.
What is it saying?
Shot some
Schaffer,
about
Hoffer?
something grapefruit.
I just now got the notification. It says Eric the Guapo. What's up, Jim Cox?
Yeah, what is that? say?
Schloffenhofer grapefruit Hefeweizen is good. I mean,
I'll take your word for it.
Grapefruit Hefeweizen, I can see that. You know, grapefruit has a natural, you know, sourness to it, the
Acidity.
rind.
Yep.
You know, so yeah, I can see that. I mean, it's part of that whole citrus thing is part of what makes Blue Moon so
Blue
enticing.
Moon.
to
Yeah, I
people.
was gonna say.
Yeah.
You know, that whole, I don't know, flavors are weird, man. You know, it's weird how they interact and work together. What's up, 24 Eyes? Good to see you, man. Thanks for coming to hang out. Yeah. But if I'm just going to be sitting at home, you know, drinking beer, hanging out, drawing, or hosting a stream, it's Stella.
Nice.
It's good drinking beer.
It is indeed. Works well in the drinking horn as well. All right, so let me go ahead and pop this box open. Now, I just want to, before I switch the camera over, I want you guys to see, like, the thickness on this boxiness Right
Oh, is
here.
this the basic tier? I think you got the basics, right? The 20.
No,
I
this
think
is.
so.
Oh, this is
gotta
an extra
be,
magazine. Yeah,
a
it's
spare mag
spare
tier.
mag. Yep.
Because it's the larger box.
Right. You
Yeah.
would know.
Yeah, I can tell based
I don't
on how the
even
tape
remember,
is.
but I am excited.
So you got
and
the standard cover, you got an ash can, and you got a variant cover in there at least.
hell yeah.
Plus, you got all the stretch goals and stuff.
Yeah. So I had to get more boxes for the spare mag tier that were larger
3 inches.
because with all of the way I finally wound up packaging the stretch goals, because it was a little bit different than what I had envisioned, like with all of my prep. It was a little bit thicker, so I didn't want
too much
anything
stuff.
to get, yeah,
There's too much stuff for the box.
I didn't
We
want
had to get
anything to
bigger
get
boxes.
smushed, so I got larger boxes,
Because
and
of
that's why I
weapon
knew
or-
what it was, because the tape on the basic tiers wraps around to
The top edge.
the special tape is on the top, and on the spare mags it's just around the side, because we still had to make it look pretty.
Yep.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
so good at
presentation
taping
is half the battle. Gotta make
can
it
tape so
look
fast.
good.
Yep. She can tape really, really quickly, like some little kid in a Chinese sweatshop, or a U.S. postal worker.
Jason's yelling at us. We have to send him references. Sorry.
Oh crap! Right.
like living
right.
with
Here,
a
how about this?
6-year-old.
How about this?
It is.
And then you can make your face, and then he could just pull it off of this, right?
Well,
No,
hang on.
we'll
Would you
send
like
you-
me to? Would you like me to make you guys big? Hang on, Jason.
No.
You ready?
No,
That's okay. We'll send him
We'll
photos.
send him real
We'll send him real ones.
Yeah, Jason. Speaking of Jason, I was on one of the last topic lists we did. He got his box. He was trying to open it, and he was complaining about not being able to get into the box. So
Yeah, sorry.
learning from his frustration, I studied the box.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I'm like, wow, I'm impressed because we knew exactly how to open it.
Probably because he watched
Yeah.
Jason fail.
Yes, that's
Eric
exactly
is
what
Eric
I
is right. Eric says too many stretch goals. I agree. But we had to go the one time. We had to overdo it so that we could set the precedent for what we're giving out next time.
But I mean, look at the paper. You guys got Mavericks tissue paper like this. I could
Yes.
use this for Christmas presents next year.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of how I felt.
It looks
when I
like your
was-
sticker didn't quite stick the paper shut.
That's all
Sorry.
right. That means I can get.
Oh,
the
we
sticker off.
included an extra one of those just because we knew you guys are going to want the sticker that's on the tissue. So
Right.
you can save that one, but if you don't manage to save it, we included an extra sticker just
Yes.
in case.
I'll just stick that down. It'll hold the paper shut. And yeah, you can hear the crinkles. Oh my God! Look at this. It's upside down, but holy shit, man! Like this is impressive. Here, let me.
Yeah, there you go.
And so the whole thing comes
Moa
out a little
underneath.
bit upside down.
Look at this.
Hockey goes, hey,
This
I
is
have
this
that
is
book.
amazing, dude. Look.
Well, I mean, you got to get to the book, bro.
Well, I know, but I'm just listen. I one of my favorite classes in college was package design, and thinking about how a product is shipped, how it's displayed, how it gets to the customer, how it entices the customer to pick it up. I mean, I think about all that shit, and I appreciate all that shit as well.
This was all Freak Girls
great.
engineering and design, although I do blame Chris Fisk for the heat gun, shrink wrap, all of that. It clicked the light bulb where we were like, oh my God, now we know how we're doing it. So
If you flip the box over,
it all just comes
it should
out.
come out in a bundle. An upside down bundle. But
I think he wants to take it one at a
yeah,
time now.
that's fair.
Bye, Hockey.
Bye, Hockey.
Oh,
Why
take
are
it
you
easy,
welcome?
Hockey. Thanks for coming to hang out, man.
Oh. Ryan goes, beat it, Hockey.
Yeah,
This
there
is
were.
epic. This is like
I
a
have-
Christmas present all its own. Look at this.
That's
Look
why
at
we
that.
wanted it
That
out.
was
The first year we submitted the print files with the printer. We had enough time, according to him, to print and fulfill the campaign in time for Christmas because we sent. I almost said a bad word.
Yeah.
We sent stuff out. The campaign was ready to go in September. And that's plenty of time to get things done, printed when you're in the queue at the printers already. But
Yeah.
as we know, best laid plans of mice and men mice die or something. Yeah. I don't know how the expression goes exactly.
Well, we sent them the files, and then it just took them longer to get us our first proof, and then we got the proof, and it was 9x12. We had been looking at all of the files on our computers, which is a different size, and then we got it in 9x12, and some of the details that looked like tiny background details on the computer when we had the proof in front of us were much larger. I'm like, Garrett, you can't really cheat the background like that, Garrett. Not with it in 9x12. There's a couple things you have to go back in there and fix.
all of the pilot badge name tags on the chest and the shoulder. He just kind of like scribbled a squiggly line rather than putting their name in. So we had to go through and double check all of those details. And man, like pre-press was a nightmare on this. It was great though. Good fun.
Yeah,
real fun.
Well, I mean, you always learn something on every project, you know.
Yeah.
Frog G knows it. Frog G says best laid plans of mice and men often go awry. I thought there was something in there about the bubonic plague, but I guess I was wrong.
That's rats.
Oh, rats. That would make a lot more sense about this going awry instead of
die.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you, Blue Samurai.
We got American Comics Co. with us.
Blue Samurai?
What's up, American Comic Co.
Hey, what's going on, American Comics? Good to see you, man.
Yeah, originally the plan was to have those in bags and boards. So I got the 9x12 boards. They're actually like 9¼ by 12¼ and I got the bags for that size as well. But the book was so thick
that's the
problem. That they don't fit in.
I'm sorry, guys. I ruined it with my girth.
And at the time, now they have like larger ones, like for D&D books and everything like that. But we were kind of trying to figure out, okay, well, what do we do? And so that's why I went with the shrink wrap, and I wrapped them a little bit looser because I didn't want there to be an issue with trying to get it.
Let him marvel at that cover. That spot gloss, that embossed spot gloss.
That spot gloss is beautiful. So yeah. No, that is absolutely gorgeous, and I love the homage cover here.
We had to do it as the basic, Akira. We had to make sure the high quality finish was on the basic tier because that's the one everyone's going to get, so you want to leave that impression.
Man, that is gorgeous.
It's shiny.
It sure the fuck is. Holy hell. Love it. And
I was really
this
happy.
matte feel. Go ahead.
I was going to say I was really happy with how it came out. It was hard to find printers that would do all of the stuff that we needed, the oversize and, with all of the treatments. But I think it was really, really worth it.
Yeah, so on the treatment there, you've got the soft touch lamination. That's the feel that you have. I really like that texture. Much more than a regular matte. So I liked that. I liked the spot gloss, but what I really wanted was a differentiation in the height of the spot gloss. I wanted embossing. I wanted the embossing to pop off the cover ever so slightly because textures are kind of a thing for me. And I wanted the embossed spot gloss to really shine. So getting those 3 specific cover elements on an oversized book was tough. Because not everybody has the 48 by 72 inch paper, especially offset paper, because that's what we were using. We weren't using standard digital copy paper. We were using the offset paper, so they needed a bigger machine. So it was a real runaround to try and get that
with the paper shortage.
We're
gonna at one point I was talking to a company and they're like, so we're currin dealing with market prices for paper.
Yeah, like when you buy lobster.
Like lobster's market pricing. So I mean, in theory, we could possibly get at least some of the paper to get it printed. However, it's going to cost an exceptionally
it's going to cost what it costs. We can't quote you a price because
and we can't tell you what that is in advance.
Some days it's like $20 a ream, and some days it's $36.
No, it is much more
than that. Just being, insane.
I understand.
Look at all that stuff there. He got the Rob Willis Matt Yackee cover.
Yes.
Oh yeah, had to. Those are my guys. Those are my dudes. Had
So
to
there's a
get that.
special treatment on that cover also.
And that was
We'll pop it open.
I'm proud of it because it was my idea, and
Yes,
I think it came out so well. It was a pain in the ass to do. So for anything that has embossing,
Tell them about
spot
how
glossing,
you embossed these.
So you have to send the print files, right? So you have to set up the cover with front, back, spine, spacing all of that out and everything. But then when you do a treatment like spot gloss or embossing, you also have to submit a whole other layer that has everything that you want embossed or spot glossed, isolated and colored in black. So
that makes sense. That makes sense. So they can just put it on a channel.
Yeah.
So look at the embossing on this.
So,
I mean, you can see on Mavericks.
I had to do it for every single cover.
Yeah, we had 11 covers. You can see the big robot on Mavericks is embossed, but look at the embossing here.
Oh shit!
You see how it's on the rubble on the edges?
Fucking rad.
That's what's embossed.
Yeah.
Yeah. She had to select these, and she was going pixel by pixel.
Right.
Yeah, it was a lot, but I think
check this shit out, guys.
So good. So it's a matte lamination in the far
3D
background.
feel.
Yep.
And then Bigfoot is spot gloss because he's metal, he's shiny. But then you also have the spot gloss and embossing on the rubble in front of it. Because I really kind of there was so much depth there. I kind of wanted to like heighten that. And I just thought it looked so cool because I didn't want it to all get
really
lost
cool,
in the gloss.
Varying layers of spot gloss here with the embossing, and then he is spot gloss. But if you guys look, the background here is that matte
soft touch.
Yep,
yeah, that soft touch. Oh, I love it. And the back of these feels so good. You know, this feels good in the hand when you're reading it. That's why they started using it on like mass market paperbacks.
Yep.
You know, yeah.
There's also the reason we liked the oversized, because you know I like the feeling of an oversized book in the hand. It makes it easier for me to like hold it and turn the pages rather than just a comic. Like I can't really read a comic with just, you know, holding it with one hand. It becomes awkward. That, and you know, I like making people's hands look little, so you know, I want my package to be big. Yeah, I mean, you're an exception, Luke. You're a large guy, but those books make freak girls' hands look tiny. So.
I mean, I have tiny.
Well, you know,
I mean, this was a beautiful.
It's a very European feel too. Go ahead, Frequency Girl.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm sorry. I was just saying it was a beautiful cover, like on its own. It didn't necessarily need extra embellishment, but I just saw it as such an opportunity. I thought I would be like, let's just take it up a notch.
The detail really does take it that extra little bit. But you're right, it is a Euro feel, and that's originally what Garrett was going for. He likes the bande dessinée stuff. He wanted it to feel like an art book or a table book.
Yes, most definitely.
Thank you, Jay Ryan. I am pretty proud of my package.
Thank you, guys.
I stuffed that box with my package, man.
I stuffed the box, actually.
But how is the mouth?
You took my package and stuffed it in that box.
Yeah, I'm very glad I got this this Rob Willis and Matt Yackey cover.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you got a metal print of that. In the stretch goal pack, you have a mini print, a metal mini print of that cover in case you want to like put it on a shelf or like buy your computer or something. And that was done by Phoenix, and it's double-sided because I don't like the texture of metal on one side and smooth lamination on the other.
One side is matte and the other is shiny. So there's really only one display side. But
at the same time, I didn't want there to just be a plain silver side to it. I wanted images on both.
Plus, kind of makes the edges a little less.
Those are all prints, man. He's gonna go through. There is a syllabus or a guide or whatever on the back side of it. Yeah, there you go. It tells you the names and who did everything and all like that. I felt that was important to include, and they're in that order also.
That's awesome, man.
The details, man. It's the details.
Yeah. Well, I mean, details in the presentation. Oh, these are rad, dude.
Yeah, those weren't originally on the stretch goal list, like on the campaign. Like if you looked at kind of the roadmap that we made, we added that in because we had people asking about like, you know, is there a way to get like prints of the covers? Are you going to do anything like that? So when we hit 300 backers,
we just did that. We did all the
added
covers
those
as prints.
in, and then I think there's one other print in there that was like an extra.
Is that the
thank you for
No
backing.
Cowards?
Yeah,
No Cowards by Oliver and Rich Ayala. Very, very cool print. One of my favorites.
So damn cool.
Yeah, we had so many artists and like just such amazing talent that everyone loaned to our campaign. It was very cool.
One of the best parts about doing this is, we had a book.
I think there's 20.
We had our art, we had our story, we had our editor, we had a solid, product. But then the opportunity presented itself to collaborate with people. And I love collaborating. I love bringing people in and doing stuff with them. So the opportunity to do like, how many? 20 prints? No,
Yeah,
it
we
wasn't
had
20
20
prints. 20
it's
prints
20
with covers
prints
and everything
total.
included.
Yeah.
To work with that many teams of artists and colorists was just like a dream. I mean, it was chaotic as all heck, and we had to have like we had a spreadsheet.
Yeah.
We had a spreadsheet of who was doing what and the deadlines and the due dates on all of them and who had been paid or paid half or paid whatever. But a huge spreadsheet. But that also taught us what we need to know for next time. So once you do the full run of it, you can do it again. So we worked with all of these people, and it was super fantastically awesome. And so now I'm pretty confident that we can do the same thing for book 2 and have a whole bunch of collaborators.
So that one and that one
are side by sides.
Go together actually.
Yeah.
So originally,
there you go.
One, the left one with Mother was only available on Indiegogo, and then the right one was Kickstarter exclusive. But we decided to give everybody both as a thank you for being so patient with how long it took to actually get the packages to everybody.
And Mike really cut that well, because we were working with him about making it a side by side. So he really found a good spot to like.
Right. So each one is kind of complete on its own. It's a nice looking print, even if you only have half. But when you put it together,
that was the idea. The hope was you could get it on Indiegogo and like that half of the print, or get it on Kickstarter and like your other half. But then you could realize, oh snap, I could get both, one on either campaign and put the two together.
Mike's so awesome. He's so damn good.
Mike did a lot of stuff for us.
Yeah.
And I always recognize his stuff when I see it too. He's got a distinct style. I love it.
Yep.
That's Luke Stone, colored by ICTHIS.
Yep.
That actually
live on our stream.
Was really cool. Yeah, Luke did the live draw on our stream, and it was really neat because I think that was one of the first official pieces that ICTHIS did, and he has since been brought on to a book to color as the primary colorist for that book. So this was kind of like his jump off, which was cool. I like that. The next one you're going to put up is Elliot Rodriguez.
Yeah, man.
And this was his first commission that was officially like published as part of a campaign. So once again, it was really cool to give like a break to someone, to give them a chance to get their art out there and get it seen.
And he did such a good job.
Knocked it out of the park.
Yeah,
Pairing up with Matt Yackey, those colors on his art, they just do.
I think Matt did the colors on the cover for his book now too. Actually.
Yeah,
he did.
I think so.
They paired up. Yep. That's true.
They're a good pairing.
Oh yeah. And this has got to be Xevious.
Xevious.
Yeah.
Xevious.
Yep.
Distinct. Very distinct.
Oh yeah, that's fucking rad.
Is Neff a collaborator? I'm on the list. Metal prints are ninja stars, nothing more, nothing less. Eric,
there's nothing wrong with that.
We were actually talking about that with Buddy. He was saying he wanted to do like a ninja star as a stretch goal, and I was like, "You're a horribly ridiculous nerd, and we could probably make that work." That's Brian Shearer, Gunship Thunder Punch.
Yep.
Nice.
That's Maxi Dallo doing the crossover with Jack Irons from
Cody.
Colors by Steve Cannon, who did Kids and Monsters.
No.
That's fucking great.
Spicer.
Maxi Dallo did.
Maxi Dallo did
Kids and Monsters, but colors.
That's Matt Barr and Billy Basco. Yep.
Oh yeah.
Very, very cool piece. Like they really paired up. It was actually the first time that the two of them printed something together too. Their color and art. And since then, I think Billy got brought on by your boy to work with Matt to color some of Matt's stuff.
They work well together.
Richard.
Yeah,
they do.
Very
they work
good
really
team.
well.
A lot of good pairings. I mean, there's so much talent.
So much amazing talent. Jeremy, this is a badass piece.
Yep. Oh yeah, I love that piece.
That's incredible.
There's so many that every time I'm like, oh, that's my favorite. That's my favorite.
Personally, I gotta say, I think that one's up there. Definitely my top 3. The way that he got the glow on the sword with the steam coming off it.
Yeah, and he has like the what's that called? Like it's the Japanese like knife with the way it's folded, so it has like the ripple in the steel.
Oh yeah, the lines.
Yeah, like he has them in there.
And
it's
I love
just
the
gorgeous.
vapor coming off of the pulse driver on his left hand with that. There's just a little bit of vapor coming off. I just love the way he did that. The piece is incredible.
Yeah.
So much amazing talent over here.
Y'all back Beckoned if you haven't, because Jason
he brings that same level.
Jeremy also went to town on his own book, and there's so much to look at in that book. Yeah, Eric Nieltowski doing
another knocked it out of the park, and he also helped us a lot with the assets for the campaign, and he taught me a whole bunch of stuff about Photoshop because I was such a Photoshop noob. I barely knew how to open the program, let alone do anything.
No, he really the whole stretch goal roadmap and everything. We were talking to him about what we wanted to do, and he really helped us actualize that and really bring it out onto the page. Awesome. He is a mensch. If you guys ever get a chance to work with Eric, definitely do.
And he taught me all of these shortcuts and just how to do so many different things.
Because it's one thing when you pay someone to do something, right? And it's another when you pay someone to do something and they also show you how to do it. It's that whole teach a person to fish mentality.
Right.
Yeah. That's what it felt like.
That's awesome. And that's one of the things I've noticed about, this scene over here is that people are willing to help. If you actually show that you're, willing to put in the work and learn how to do this and not just expect somebody to do shit for you, people are always willing to help.
Yeah.
People, we want to see people succeed. I mean, the more my friends succeed in selling indie books, the more people are paying attention to these indie books, the more of a market there is for it. And we've got something for everybody over here.
Yep.
And that's the beautiful
I have to say, it is a remarkable group of creators. I have never encountered a myriad group with so many different types of creators too. You've got Jason, Irene, you got Mark Polton, you got Hex Allen, you got all sorts of these people just coming together for no reason other than we love books and we want to work. We love comics. We love comics. We want to work in proximity to each other. The stuff that I used to do in entertainment, we had the indie film, we had the indie TV stuff and everything, but people were always kind of measuring themselves up against each other and trying to get money and this and that. People in this scene, they're just about doing cool shit, and I love it here. I do.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I love about this scene is that it's all about making cool shit like this right here.
That's Jason.
Yeah, it's my dude.
I love that piece too.
Now legendary team up between Jason and Inkspots. They're,
to be fair, that is what I requested after seeing the Frog G card. Jason had matte Yaki color mine, the dragon one, and then I saw the Frog G card, and I was like, "Yo, just bring that ink with you when you do the colors on this."
Ink is really good at showcasing.
Underrated.
Yeah, supremely underrated colorist. But I mean, after Frog G gets out there and people start paying attention to it, they're gonna see. And once Cash Grab finally gets fucking delivered, I mean, Ink really knows how to showcase Donald's colors. I've seen.
I'm going to amend my statement. Lines. I'm not going to say underrated because everyone who knows him rates him very high. I'm going to say underrecognized. I'm going to say I will agree with that enough.
I will absolutely agree with that. Underrecognized for how awesome he is. But don't let him hear us saying that. He might get a big head.
No, I don't want to give him a big head. Then this is Billy Basco doing his own thing. And the articulation on the hand and the gun especially were points of interest for him on this. I really feel like he put all of his time into that hand and gun to really bring out every detail. It was great.
Yeah. I mean, he's pretty good at this art thing when he's not going on about being the king of the pirates. Let's see what we got.
Alex VRB says, "I do all I can to suppress knowledge of Inkspots to keep his prices low." Yeah, that's Rich and Ollie. That piece is fantastic. It wasn't originally on the campaign. It was a secret print that I commissioned from Rich, and man, am I so glad that he did that.
It's so badass.
Everything about that is so much fun.
They're another good pair.
Rich's book, Roach Balls, was really exceptional.
Yeah, Inkspot sent me a copy of Roach Balls. That book is fantastic and disgusting.
It's not like anything else.
All at once.
Yep.
So damn
Preston's
gross,
cover.
but so damn funny.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
right? It's definitely that old school underground comics feel.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's
if you're
Preston's
easily
cover.
offended by anything like R. Crumb or the Fabulous Furry Freak Brothers or anything like that, you won't be able to get through
Not
3
for
pages of this
you.
book. Not quite for you. Yeah. And fucking Preston, he just keeps getting better with every piece that I see
Yeah.
that he does. Dude's
Yep.
so badass.
Agreed. So good.
And speaking of badass,
There's Joe.
Yep.
I got some Joe Ball right here. This is an
Yep.
awesome fucking piece.
So on the
The-
cover for that, we did matte, and then we embossed and spot glossed mother's figure, just the chick in the foreground there,
Yeah.
and that made that cover pop.
Yeah.
That really
So
brought that
cool.
cover to life.
Yeah.
I love the
like
kind of movie poster quality that
Yeah.
Yep.
he does with these. What were you going to say, Frequency Girl?
Oh, I was correcting. I was gonna correct Neff because I thought he was talking about the colors. I thought he was gonna say that Matt colored that. I'm like, no, Marcos colored that, but he was talking about the actual cover
The
is
finish.
the
Yeah.
soft touch and
Yeah.
and
I love that soft touch.
Me too.
So feels so good in the hand.
yep, I agree.
And then this
I feel like
Gotta
that's all I
buy
want to
one.
do from now on.
That's so
That's
cool.
gotta buy.
Got such an anime feel to it with his colors.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yep, and the silhouette of the face, like he really
Yep.
channeled Ghost in the Shell here.
yeah,
Oh, definitely. Absolutely love it. What an amazing collection of prints. Like,
Yeah.
I
you
feel
guys-
like I need to go get like a book that's
Yes, a binder.
yeah, like
portfolio
portfolio.
book.
Yeah,
Put these in here
Yep.
so I can flip through them, as a coffee.
Well, it was suggested by Eric the Guapo, actually. I take Eric's advice from time to time that we do an art book of Mavericks. And so that's one of the things that we're considering doing on the third campaign is taking all the prints from the first and the second and compiling them into an oversized art book, which I think would be pretty cool.
That would be
Throw that
fucking
in.
rad, man.
Yeah. For anyone who's like
That's a
missed
bunch
the
of
art.
beautiful images right there.
yeah.
These books turned out just absolutely gorgeous, guys.
Thank
Like,
you.
I love
Yeah,
it.
there was a lot that went into it because we had, like we started talking about before, we had our original US printer, and
Right.
once we got the oversized format, we realized, oh, okay, we have to go back and make some consistency fixes, and we did that. We got it back to them, and then we got hit with the paper shortage, and then it was trying to find a new printer. We finally found one, but then all of their margins were different than
Yeah, overseas,
US.
I don't know. Like everyone knows, like measurements
Oh.
and stuff are different. It's not just centimeters and inches. They
Right.
literally had like a 1/16 of an inch difference in the size of the spine.
like this. Yeah, the seam,
Yeah.
like where the book opens.
So we had
where
to
that
offset
score is.
our gutters on the interior by the spine to make sure that the
Oh,
pages could be read. And even then, too much of the page was getting sucked into the
on those
perfect
two
binding.
pages.
So
Right.
that you were losing some of the 2-page spreads. So Frequency Girl came up with this fix of doing a sewn in binding.
Yeah.
So on your book, if you notice, like your regular book or any of the variant covers, the main book, if you look, they're sewn together in little 16
Yeah, so you have
page
batches of
loops,
16 that
which allows you to
are
open the
sewn.
book on the
See if I
table, like to open the book wider.
Yeah.
So you can
See if I
actually
can get this
get
to
the
focus.
full side by side.
So
All
it's
right.
a little
So you
bit
guys see
closer to like
that
what
right
they
there?
do for hardcover books.
Yeah, those
Um,
tiny little bunches that they're sewn together.
Yep.
So it's not just
That's what they're
glue.
talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
And
kind of a
then-
combination saddle stitch and perfect binding.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
Nice.
And then our gutters are mostly black.
Mm-hmm.
So when we got the proof with the sewn in binding, they by default use white thread.
So we had
And
to
so like
replace
we
black
open
thread.
it and I'm like, it's really sticking out. So then we had them do a black thread instead to kind of, make it disappear as much as possible. 'Cause
Yeah.
we didn't want it to kind of detract
and-
from
Oh,
anything.
you'll hear it crack if you open. Let it crack. Let it
Yeah,
crack
it's
good.
not
Oh
like
no, I've heard it.
Yeah.
I've heard it crack. Yeah, it's just
There are a couple of those
But you
real-
can
but it
open
doesn't
this
break the
book.
spine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the
you can
idea.
actually open this book and
And
see
it lays flat
all the
rather than a
artwork.
lot of the graphic novels that are 108 pages and will
Yeah.
not stay open when you open them.
Yeah.
Ooh, Nicely done, you guys. This is, like I said, this is a beautiful book. Like, and it feels so good in the hands.
There's a lot of work that went into it, but I feel like it was worth it.
100%. 100%. And you know, to showcase all the beautiful artwork and all the hard work you put into it. I mean, you know, writing the story, creating the artwork, that's just one part of it. The presentation has to be there. Otherwise, you know, it takes away from the entire experience. The story may be amazing, but if it doesn't look the part as well, it's, you know, it's not going to be as satisfying. It's like food, you know. Presentation adds to, you know, the flavor. It enhances it, you know, because we eat with our eyes first. You know, if it looks appetizing to us, then it's going to taste better when we finally bite into it. And, you know, visually appetizing, you know. My
mom also used to say something about, like, if you're going to do something, you're doing it once. Not like, you know, don't do it more than once, like mess up and then fix it and make a mistake. She says, no, you're putting it into the world once. You only get one first chance to make an impression, right? But everything you do, you're only getting a chance to do it once. So you got to slay with that off the jump, off the rip. We couldn't put out a book that didn't have quality. That would be our reputation.
Exactly. Oh, I love this little ash can. This is cool, man. I love this cover.
There's 3 stories. There's 3 stories in there. One is written by Lee Byron Carver and drawn by Dillard. I did the layouts and I did the thumbnails with Dillard, and lettering by Eric Weathers. Then the middle one is by myself and Joe Catapano. Of course, I think also lettered by Eric Weathers.
Yes.
And then the last one, so the middle one then is you turn the page there and it's mine. So it goes into an entirely different style, from Dillard's art to Joe's art. And then
wow.
And then the last one was Travis writing.
I know Jerome did the letters, and I can't pronounce the name of the artist.
Gilliard Goulart.
Yeah.
Yep, and then so that's the third. Cool. And I liked this idea of doing like a small anthology kind of thing. Yeah. So that has changed the way that the experience of doing that has definitely affected the way that I want to run the second campaign.
And Eric helped us with the front cover. Again, he kind of put that together for us. And then also on the interior back cover, there we list out all of the artists that kind of
their social media,
right? And we have QR codes. So whatever we asked them where we wanted it to go, and
like Linktree or
like your Linktree or campaign or whatever. So
good old QR codes.
Oh, I really like this story. I wonder, this artist is really great. I want to do more, see more of what they've done.
So like you said, exactly like you said, like more that we do, the more the other people get to do too, right?
Yeah.
I'm a big
rising tide lifts all boats. I fully believe that.
Only if you're rowing.
Well, I mean, you gotta put the hard work in. There's no substitute for putting the hard work in. There's no substitute for, being passionate about making something. But that passion will only carry you so far. You have to put the work in.
Are you gonna open the stretch goal pack and take another hour to show these people what's in there?
I am going to open the stretch goal pack, but we might go through that a little bit faster.
Are you okay?
I'm gonna quickly show through that. But while I'm going through this, what is the plan for this? Is there going to be, is there more Mavericks on the way? Do you have more stuff?
So volume 1 ends off on a little bit of a cliffhanger. It's not resolved what happens to the team who go into Ulaanbaatar to evacuate the refugees.
Right.
It's purposely left that way to interest you in what the heck is going to happen to everybody in volume 2. Mavericks Origins, which is what this arc is called, was intended to be, either 2 or at most 3 books in an arc. I wanted to do 2 because I think trilogies are kind of dumb. You can do something in 2 parts, like come back after the commercial break. But the thing is that part 2 is going to be much bigger than part 1. So I wanted to run this campaign for part 1 and see if there was enough interest and we could generate enough buzz and get enough people on board for the ride to justify doing something that's like 120 pages for part 2.
Right.
So we did that's why we also did the stretch goals and the merch and everything, because Mavericks is going to keep going. And you guys got all this stuff for free as stretch goals, right? But we're selling that pack of patches at conventions and on our store. And so we're selling all the merch that we made, and that's returning the cash to the coffers. We're making it back pretty well, but I wanted to make sure that everyone who jumped in also got it all, essentially free, because you guys helped me design it and get it made. It was your cash that helped me put the orders in to get all the back stock. So yes, definitely moving forward with stuff. Volume 2 isn't going to be coming out probably until 2024. The downside with doing a book or a project, I should say, of this magnitude is that I am not a very fast worker when it comes to, putting projects, writing things, putting things together and putting them out, because quality is such an important thing for me. I want to make sure it's perfect. So I'm not able to do floppies where I put them out every month. I'm just not that fast, and I don't want to risk making bad stuff go out the door. A lot of the problems we have is the quality control in comics is kind of lacking sometimes. I don't want to compromise that. So I'd rather take a little bit longer to put things out, and when you get it, have the reaction you're having now, than put things out in a little bit quicker, more timely fashion, and you go, okay, that was neat. I want you to open the package.
Quality
go, holy
over
crap,
quantity, my friend. Dude, look at these enamel pins. These are beautiful, man. These turned out amazing. And
Shay helped us a lot on that.
Yep.
Right on.
This is the Norca pin. Yeah. With getting, she actually put in the font, because Garrett originally was like, "No, we can't do that. We should just leave it." And Aaron's like, "No, we need, to have the motto in the crest. That's how it's supposed to be." So we talked to Shay, and she's like, "Oh, I got you. I can do that."
What's up, Matt Barr? We just showed your print.
Yeah, man. Killer print, dude. You and Billy work well together, dude.
Yeah.
Good to see you, Matt. Hey, what's going on, Zayd? Good to see you, man.
Yes, Neff's last name is Neff.
It is. Yep. 16.
That's so cool. I love it.
Yep. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
She did.
She's awesome.
Job. Yep.
Yep. It's gonna fall.
Yeah. There's just too much stuff in there, man.
Oh my god, little plastic standees.
Yes,
are amazing.
I love those. So
and then are these 6 a.m.? Did 6 a.m. do all of these?
He did the art, and usually people turn them into stickers, but I was like, this should be a battle scene. So when I asked him to do them, I wanted one of them to be jumping in the air with the guns, and I want another one leaping forward. And so I requested action poses that I knew I could kind of turn into a battle scene. Yeah. So the idea is that you can just
fucking rad.
Yeah. And the red one in that pack actually has
extra
inch-ish. I don't know, maybe a quarter of an. I'm bad with judging space.
Yeah, that goes underneath him.
So he actually stands up higher. So he does look like he's kind of up and shooting down.
When we designed the standees, we gave him extra length of plastic underneath him to raise him up.
Yeah. I see that. And everything is individually packaged. Nothing got messed up on the way over here. The magnet,
that was really
important
bookmark to me. I tried really hard. There were a couple. So we had some misprints of our 3D printed figures that are in the merch pack, the supply drop. So I was just kind of randomly sprinkling them into some packs in the beginning, and because it was a last minute, I'm just gonna toss this in there. It was the one thing that I didn't plan out and wrap of this is how I'm gonna make sure it doesn't get broken. And a couple of those snapped in transit. So I stopped just sprinkling them in, and I wrapped them. I'm like, hindsight, but again, that was an extra little. We have, because they had printed them teeny tiny accidentally in the first run, so we had 60 of them that were just itty bitty.
Yeah, that's a little guy.
Okay, that's it.
That is so fucking cool, though.
Yeah, I mean, they came out really good.
They
The
really
bigger
did.
version.
The
Yeah,
detail
is-
is
yeah.
amazing.
The bigger versions in the supply drop, but those little guys I thought were just fun, so we give them out.
Yeah. I mean, this will set over on the shelf here, and it will keep an eye on me while I'm drawing to make sure I put the lines in the right places.
Yeah.
It's fucking rad.
But it's
Extra
funny 'cause,
sticker?
like, I feel like, yes, being a
There's the
teacher
little
actually
print.
helped me out with preparing for fulfillment in like a weird way, because I would do like presents for my class, and I taught in New York City, so I had like 30 something kids, which is not the same as the amount of packs that we wound up setting out for fulfillment. But like,
Right.
I would kind of get all of like the little bits and baubles that I put together for their gift baskets and stuff, and I would just kind of line up in our apartment and do it. So I kind of took that and scaled it out and then added in packaging stuff. So our whole living room has just been assembly line.
I want my house
For-
back, bro. You have no
for a
idea.
while.
It's everywhere.
So ready
okay,
for
so
my house back, man.
It's an assembly line of the covers and
Yeah.
the prints and making print packs. And then there's like individual buckets for all of the stretch goals. And then there's the station with the cardboard and the heat gun and the shrink wrap. Like, it's legit an assembly line. I need little Asian children.
That's amazing. But I mean, you know, that just shows the level of dedication, everybody. All right, I'm getting to the end here. So obviously, you guys see that you need to get in on the next campaign, whenever the next one's going to be. I mean, you got a pop socket to put on the back of the phone, and this wicked cool chromium sticker here. Man, that's some badass shit. Who did that?
Yeah, that's the special pre-launch sticker.
That's
so
Garrett.
not everybody got that.
It's the guy that did the
Yeah.
guy that did the art in the book did that.
Oh,
He
yeah,
can
I
do
love
some
seeing
really
stuff like
incredible
that.
stuff.
Yeah.
That is
when
so
he's doing
cool.
Yeah, when he puts his mind to it.
Hell yeah, man. Guys, this is an amazing.
Do you remember how
amount of
much
stuff
that
to
was? I just gotta say value, man, value.
Oh, 100%.
You got an extra cover, right? You got a variant cover,
And the metal
and you got the ash can and the metal print. So you
Mhm.
paid more than the people who got the basic tier. But the basic tier was
Yeah.
$20,
Yep.
and you got all the stretch goals. Your
I mean-
tier was $50.
Yeah.
So you got a
Yeah, $3.
108-page book, a 108-page book with a variant cover, plus the 3-story ash can, plus the metal print, plus all the stretch goals and all that other stuff for $50, and shipping I think was 10.
Yeah.
Didn't-
Shipping was
yeah.
$10.
Yeah,
It's-
but it was like several pounds. I think our lightest box was just under 3 pounds. It was 2 pounds, 15 ounces. Was our
That's-
basic tier.
That's the key to the shipping game, though. Like once you can go up to 1 pound and be within that little $3 to $5 range. But once you go over that poundage, it's is it 2 pounds? Yeah, 2 pounds. Once it goes over that poundage, it can go up to whatever, and you're paying a set price based on weight. A lot of stuff.
Look at all of this. look at the epicness of all of this. Ash can, regular cover, Rob Willis cover, the standees, the patches, bookmark, little figure, a metal print, 2 fucking awesome ass pins, a chromium sticker, a poker chip, an extra sticker, a fucking pop socket that I honestly will never use, but it's fucking cool because it's got the fucking bot on it.
The
9
magnet,
cards,
yep.
chibi stickers, and a fucking magnet. Like, this is amazing, you guys. This is amazing.
Hopefully, like one of the types of stretch goals in there, because people be like, "I like stickers over bookmarks." Okay, so we'll give you stickers and bookmarks because we don't know which one you like. Like
Well,
magnets,
that's the
like
thing.
poker
You can-
chips.
you
I don't
can-
know.
you
We'll
can
give them
give
everything.
the stickers and the bookmarks away.
Yeah, that's
you
what
can-
people have been doing. Actually,
Yeah.
Yep.
they've been like, I can't keep all this stuff in my drawer, so I'm gonna do a giveaway of the X on Mavericks. It's actually been
Yeah.
really fun.
That's awesome, man. And that's the way to do it. I have boxes that I have that I put like the stretch goals in. I have one box specifically for a bunch of Lady Death stretch goals because Polito does similar to this. There's just all kinds of cool shit. To celebrate this fucking cool IP, because being able to sport the merch, being able to have little things here and there, the tchotchkes, for lack of a better term. You know, that's part of it. You know, that's part of the fandom. That's part of, you know, building the brand. It's part of getting it out there. And I mean, you know, I fucking love this shit, man. You know?
So you mentioned Brian Pulido, and I agree with you. He's definitely a leader when it comes to like branding and merchandising and licensing. So looking at him, there's something that Brian has or does that I really admire. Brian's got really nice figures.
Oh yeah, the Lady Death figure that he just released.
Yeah, not that one. But Brian also has a company that he works with to make those figures. Yeah. And if you liked the stretch goals and goodies on this campaign, we got you covered for campaign 2.
Yeah, just wait till you see.
I look at the things people do, I see what they do that I like, and then I go do that stuff too. So
well, see,
we'll be coming out with some fun stuff on campaign 2.
You know, you paid attention to what was working for other people, and you asked a bunch of questions, and you fucking delivered in spades, man.
But
you know,
like I said, it's going to be at least another year, like 2024 summer is what we're hoping for, to be able to release the campaign for Mavericks 2. And the fulfillment date for that is going to be set way, well in the distant, maybe not distant future, but well in advance. Certainly not like 3 months after when the campaign ends.
Right.
To make sure that everything gets where it needs to go and is ready, like all of the extras. But we are going to have the books done before we run the campaign.
If we don't already have them ordered, like completely ordered and on their way to us, we will have it to the point where the proof, like the physical proof, is in our hands and has been approved, and they're just waiting for numbers.
Now, in the meantime, though, like I can't leave you guys hanging for a year, right?
Yeah, we have other stuff.
Like I can't just like put out a book and then disappear for years. So I got some stuff. If you want to show the people at home some
100%, and any links to anything, if you got like a link to a sign up or anything like that.
Mavericks.com.
I say so. Mavericks.com is live. We completely redid the well, not redid because it didn't exist really before, but it is live now. I'm really proud of it. I worked really hard. I had some help, but I worked really hard on it. We have an app that I made
that makes you customize
where you can customize your own Mav.
Yeah, just go check out Mavericks, spelled like the name of the book, .com.
Why is this not like your featured link on your Twitter page? I'm just
should be, but we
should probably
once fulfillment is completely
I've
done.
just kind of been I did take the weekend off for Christmas. I did. We have a handful of boxes of books left to go out this week. But I did take a couple of days off for Christmas just because I was spent and I was going so slow. Because I'm like,
I mean, you gotta recharge at some point, otherwise you're not gonna actually get anywhere, get any work done.
I was gonna say, like, the time I was spending, my productivity just kind of like fell off right before Christmas. So I'm like, you know what? I'm taking a pretty website. 2 days for Christmas.
Frog G, thank you so much. I was actually just about to pop that in there, man. Thank you.
Phil, don't you worry, man. I got you covered. We're going to run the test run. We're going to make sure everything gets all the kinks get hammered out so that we can do full-on figures, articulated figures in different sizes and different shapes. Because I think some Lost Pages figures would be pretty damn cool, brother. So we're going to do 2 different styles. We're going to go with 2 different companies, do prints of one and prints of another. And we'll pick who we want to go with, and then we'll pursue like a long-term contract.
Don't vanish on me.
That's why, because he wants me not to disappear, so he can use my contact to get them figs. I know what's going on with the Phil. So she's been doing fulfillment and making sure the Mavericks.com website and everything is hammered down. I've been doing this stuff. This is Judex, and this is the next IP that's going out through Global Frequency. This is a story and script that Mike Oden wrote, a character that was in public domain that he kind of like reclaimed and like reconceptualized. And I did the editing and I'm working on the layouts with him and with Fabrizio Ugolini, who is the artist, and it's in black and
It's so
white
nice.
with gray tones. Eric's, of course, going to be doing the letters, and it's a dope story. It's very noir. It's set in like World War II France, and Judex is like this mysterious character. Think like Phantom of the Opera meets
Yeah.
The Shadow.
I'm just there's a QR code in the bottom. If you are trying to scan it on your screen, it's just a placeholder link for now because it's a dynamic QR code that I can redirect anywhere, and we
Oh,
don't
nice.
have the page
Yeah,
for
I'm
that set up yet. So it'll probably take you to Mavericks for right now. Just
Yeah.
FYI.
I'm just showing off the page in the
Just a
art. I
heads
could
up.
only find the ad.
yeah,
The-
I was just saying.
the ad's
That's
actually
fucking
going in
rad.
the Guazine.
Yeah, the ad's going in the middle of the Guazine, and that's why it has the QR code, because we haven't set up the link yet, but the Guazine's being published in March.
Yes, we
So
wanna
we'll
make
have
sure
that
we-
ready by then. And then we got another project.
I think you have to
I'm going to
and
stop
share.
sharing, and then I'm going to represent this one. So Judex is like noir, pulp, black and white.
I think you broke Frog G. No
Frog
link yet.
G's like, no link yet? What's up, good stuff? Good to see you, man. Welcome.
And then
Let's
this
see.
is the field. Again, Odin comes up with a character and kind of a story and starts working on the script. He comes to me. I'm like, all right, let's do this thing. So I'm collaborating with him on the script, working through the thumbnails.
Nice.
And we just signed our artist under contract. And he did this piece for us, which is just sort of a splash. It's not in the book or like a page or anything. He just decided to like draw the character kind of as a test page to see if we
Right.
liked him, and we liked him when we signed him. So we got Kevin Keane doing the interiors on the field, which for me is really dope. And we have an Aaron L. Fetchy 3-panel wraparound cover that is currently being
Hell yeah.
colored by Matt Yackey.
Yep.
So the field's
I
going to be
love
dope.
it. Yeah,
It's-
he's getting so much
it's-
work. I love it.
Yeah.
he's great. This is like cyborg Captain America. You know, it's like this simple pitch, right? Like, what if Captain
Yeah.
America wasn't a super soldier, but instead had cybernetic implants because he got like half his body blown up like by an IED? Maybe he's like the $6 million man or whatever. But the story is very close to Odin's heart. He's a veteran. He knows a lot of other vets. So this is kind of a hero that he felt he wanted to put out into the world. And we got together and hammered out a plot for this first story arc that we've got. It's pretty tight. I like it. So we're going to do those 2 stories, and Freak Girl has something in the pipe, and we're doing this for 2023. Those are our 3 books on the slate, while Mavericks is getting done in the background. And
Right.
well, I say Mavericks is being done in the background. I don't just mean like I am working on the story with Garrett by myself. No, there are a bunch of people that are getting in on this story that are going to be working with us closely for the next campaign. And if you thought campaign 1 was impressive with the amount of stuff that we had, I'm about to blow your socks off. buddy.
Yeah.
You ain't ready.
We have a lot
You
of.
ain't ready.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna
go ahead.
stop sharing for 1 second. I was just saying I'm gonna stop sharing this for 1 second.
you're
You
gonna
guys
share
can
Jotty?
keep talking. I'm gonna share.
So there's a lot of growth ahead for you guys. You know, this
Yeah, we
is
want
just
to-
the beginning. Like all of
Yeah, we
this,
want
like
to branch out too.
yeah.
Like, we don't want
Now-
to just do one property, one IP Mavericks. We don't just want to like limit ourselves to sci-fi. I always
Sure.
envisioned I'm coming from a different field, right? I'm just dipping my wick in comics now. Like I'm just
Right.
starting to get my foothold here in comics. I had to learn how to read and draw comics the artistic way.
Yeah.
Because when I was a comics reader, I was just a kid going, "This is really cool. I like his swords."
Right.
I had to learn, like why reading comics is read that way. So
Mhm.
I came from
Why it
a
works.
different background, and now
Yeah.
I'm in this. But I wanted to do something that makes more than one thing. Like I don't know if I want to be like a publishing imprint per se, but I know I want to put out more than one book out into the world, and I want to try and hit all these different flavors, these different notes. And this is definitely one of those flavors that we're trying to put out here. Tell them about Jotty.
So Jadi is my book. Jadi
Nice.
is a Polish word. It's kind of like their Polish Day of the Dead. You pour one out for your homies kind of thing. And it is a dark fairy tale where the main character, Lena, becomes a demon. And it's kind of her story of how she fights her way to pitch it without giving away the details.
Do you want me to-
Sorry, you can jump in.
So
Sorry.
it's about a
I'm still
young.
new at pitching.
It's about a young. She is a good writer. Don't worry, guys. I got her back. I will be editing. We're gonna make this a solid fucking book, and the pitch is gonna be great when we like actually pitch it out there. But it's about a young Polish girl.
Says he can fix her.
A young Pol. Yeah, I can. He means the demon. I can fix
Yes,
her.
I know
I
that.
can love her.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
we'll be happy together. A young Polish girl who runs afoul of persecution, religious persecution, which causes her to make a
More
deal.
jealousy, but yeah.
Causes her to make a deal with a supernatural entity that winds her up in hell, and it's about her not giving up and staying at the bottom of hell and being a victim, but deciding instead to fight her way to the top of hell and reclaim
Nice.
the power of the devil and rule in hell. And there are reasons beyond just like her personal experience. You know, there's something she's fighting for. So I feel like it really takes in some of the feelings and emotions of what dreams may come. You remember the story, and pulls that in there. So there's definitely like a family element to it. And there's some really exciting things and I guess plot elements that we can't quite talk about until we show off the teaser. Because I'm not quite sure, you know, how much you want to give away.
And I promise I won't be like B Rose with pitching.
No, she's yes, she has a demon booty.
She does have
a very nice demon.
Juanito killed this. So Juanito did the concept art for this.
Man,
he
that's awesome.
knocked it out of the park.
Hell yeah.
He did a really great job. So I'm excited.
It's just a turnaround. We don't have like a cover yet.
Yeah.
Like I said, we're still working on the script. We've plotted it out. You know, the first issue.
Yeah, I have my beat sheet with the entire first issue. I know
she's got the character Bible,
the whole arc. I have all my character breakdowns. I know where it's going. I just with fulfillment, I've been 100% focused on that. So
well, yeah,
this is my January.
It's a full-time job.
yeah, and we want to get
gig.
It really is.
We want to get Jody out sort of mid to late 2023, right? When did you think? We had a date.
Right now we're aiming for August. Yeah. But we'll see.
And hopefully we're going to run Judex first, Q1, right around Q1 March. And then we were going to run Jody, and then we were going to run the field. Yep. And we were going to launch that on Veterans Day. And the Judex was going to end on
Bastille
Day. It's kind of like setting our bookends for when we're releasing our books.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And then 2024 will be focused on MAGICKS.
Yeah, we're going to be working on that in the
campaign
background,
wise.
like I said. Yeah. But like, I don't think we're going to try and run additional campaigns. We might have enough done for the field and Judex and Jody to run secondary campaigns, or like, I don't say secondary, second campaigns, not just like second chance, but like next installments. It depends upon how fast we work. I know Kevin is really damn fast with how quick he can turn out pages for the field. Yeah, Fabrizio's a little bit more thorough in his approach. He takes a little bit more time to approach the layouts of pages and really think about how we want to do those. Kevin just like, he hits a page, he plows through it, and it's gorgeous. You know? But that's different artists, different styles.
That's how he works. Yeah, I mean, he's been doing it for a while, so you know.
So it's entirely possible that we will have another issue's worth of material by the time 2024 and MAGICKS roll around. But you know, I also don't want to rain on any of the other IP's parades, because you know, MAGICKS is a big deal. You know, it's kind of like the cream of the crop, and I don't want to make everybody seem small by comparison.
It's very, very important.
I want to drown out my other IPs.
You know, it's awesome to have a stable of IPs, you know, especially if you got a bunch of different ideas that, you know, are that are viable. And I mean, you've got a great stable of artists working for you as well. I mean, you've sought out great talent, you know.
Yeah, we've been very fortunate.
The best is yet to come, man. Yeah. Like we're still expanding our horizons, broadening our net, including
Yep.
newer and newer people. I haven't even gotten to talk to everybody that I want yet on all the projects. Like I've been doing some of the scripts before I can even approach artists and be like, hey, yo, I got a script. You want in?
Yeah. And the
Right.
scripts that we've gotten back so far
Solid,
for
very solid.
Mavericks, it's
I'll just give you
really
I'll just
good.
give you a little quick insight. So for Mavericks, we're doing, like I said, another one of these like anthology style pieces, and we're inviting other writers and artists in to play in our sandbox.
Right.
Chimera put out a really good story. It's a heist
Yeah.
piece, and he and I collaborated and worked
Set
together.
in the world of Mavericks.
Set in the world of Mavericks. It's about a paramilitary mercenary force that steals an experimental unit off of a hyper maglev train between Germany and Russia, and they steal this cargo, this secret cargo, and you know, that's what it's about. But we got Rod Looper doing the art on it, and he's putting out these turnarounds. And so like I said, we had to get the script from Chimera. We'd already been talking to Rob and be like, hey, so we got these scripts, which one do you want to do? And he's like, oh, we'll do the heist. So pair to that, and now we got this story going. We got a couple others, but I can't do like 20 stories at once, right? I can do maybe 2, maybe 3. So it's like I get a script back and I work with that, and while the other 2 stories are still finishing up, I'm waiting with this one in the chamber to fire.
Right.
And while I'm waiting, I'm trying to figure out who I can talk to as far as artists and be like, do you want in on this one? Which one do you want? And
that's another part of why we're not putting
Mavericks
Volume 2 out until 2024, because we want everything. So the anthology is like stretch. Each story is unlocked as part of stretch goals.
So we got like 12 to right now it's 12 separate side stories, like we did in the Ashcan anthology, right? We call it an Ashcan anthology because it's like the first, you know, proof of concept.
Right.
So we got 12 different stories written by different writers and artists set in the Mavericks universe, and we're going to do those as stretch goals because everyone said they want more book and less tchotchkes. They want more book. So we'll
still have some tchotchkes.
So of course we will. You can't get me out of having toys. I'm a big child. So it's up to you guys what you want in your anthology. You want Mark Polton's story? Okay, get me to 3K. You want to get chimeras? Get me to 4K. You know, like do you want to include these other people? You know, I don't want to, like, you know.
And so we don't want to
bust. Okay, you want Phil's story? Get us to 10K. So you want these different. Yeah, we're gonna actually set the stretch goals. But if you want, and you will get this, get this book of all of these different stories compiled and, you know, to you. That book will never be published again. That'll be it. That'll be the anthology that you get off the campaign. And then I will turn around and take those stories. I will remix them, put 3 in an issue, and go to stores. Because I'll have 2 years worth of Mavericks shelf material by then.
But all of those stories have to be completely done and ready to go to print.
So that we
before the campaign.
We can't lag on the
That's totally the model that Polito does. He puts together like the big format and then cuts it in half and puts it in the stores in single issue.
Like I said, you go out there, you research, you see what works, what you like.
Exactly, man. You know, you got the industry legend that's been doing this. Like he is an OG at this, you know, crowdfunding stuff. He built Coffin Comics up from, you know, nothing. And now he's got a full-blown fucking warehouse. I mean, he set a blueprint on how to do this, you know? So, I mean, it's fucking fantastic to see you guys doing, you know, taking your twist on it, man. I love seeing this shit. We need more of it, you know?
And there's some really solid people in this community here, in this network of people that we work with, who are also doing really awesome stuff. And it's like, it's very encouraging because I feel like I'm constantly sharpening myself against them and leveling up my expectations. Like I wouldn't think it would be possible to do something like this if I didn't see someone else kicking down the door doing it first. You know, I wouldn't think then, how do I raise the bar on them if I didn't see them achieve something? So, you know, Brian wasn't putting out figures, or Phil wasn't doing awesome anthologies, or, you know, people weren't doing this other stuff. I wouldn't think to myself, oh, I could do that too. How do I do it, you know, as well as them, and then put my own, you know, little stink on it?
Yeah. How do I bring my flavor to it, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and like I always say, a rising tide lifts all boats, but you know, it also requires like putting in the actual effort into it, because you can't just float through it. You can't just, you know, not put the hard work into it. You know, there's no substitute for, you know, there's no substitute for it, you know, and you can see it when it comes through. I mean, this campaign is absolutely amazing, you guys. Like, holy shit. And, you know, I understand where people are coming from. Like, they want more book and less tchotchkes. I love the tchotchkes, but I am also a big fan of more book. So,
you're also a big child, too, right?
Man, I mean, you know, I've got
I've
like
seen
all
your
of my
room.
Wolverine.
I've seen all the...
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I mean, I got my Wolverine stuff up there, and then it goes into, like, you know, Venom and Spider-Man and Hulk, and then, like, this whole shelf over here is nothing but, like, my 80s figures, you know, my Thundercats lair, my Snake Mountain, and shit like that, my, you know, Silverhawks. So yes, I totally 100% get that. But you know, more story is always a good thing. Like, take me on a trip, you know, that's what stories are. I just finished listening to an audio version of F. Paul Wilson's The Keep. I don't know if you're familiar with that one. It's really good, like, you know, creeping horror. Very well done. I love stories, so I'm always all about more story.
I'll have to check that out. I like horror stuff, so
yeah. But this is going to be a novel, so it's going to be very much about the ambiance.
That's okay. So I don't like jump scares. So for the longest time, my sister, when I was little, used to like, she loves horror movies, and she used to torment me with them. Like, I mean, just torment me
on jump
with
scares.
Yes, or like extreme
Monsters,
gore. And those are things that I don't like. So for the longest time, I'm like, I don't like horror. I don't like horror. I don't like horror.
Horror is all she reads.
And then Neff is looking at my books and my comics.
He's like, I'm like, do you realize like all of this is horror?
It's like different types of horror, but it's all horror. And even like looking through my nook, he's looking at the books that I have. He's like, yeah, most of these would also fall into horror. So you're a liar. You do like okay, I don't like
you're
horror
completely
movies.
full of shit. That's funny. Yeah, you should check out The Keep then. I think you'd dig it. It's a good book. It's very well written. I enjoyed the audio version of it. I have Audible. My Audible playlist is fucking forever long.
Nice.
What's up, Crowfire?
What is up? Good to see you, man.
Good to see you, man.
Alex, I have a question about book 2. Is there a dedicated sign-up page for book 2?
Yes.
So technically, we will have like an Indiegogo pre-launch page at some point, but because we have several other IPs that we're putting out before then, for right now,
the dedicated sign-up list is on Mavericks.
Is on Mavericks.com.
So she's sharing the screen.
I shared. I don't know if you want to.
You just go there and you find the little thing where it says books.
So also, I have to show that off because that makes me extremely happy. If you scroll down,
that's cool.
Here,
that
one flips over. If you click on sign up, it brings up a pop-up, and that is our MailChimp. It is tagged specifically with Mavericks Volume 2, so signing up there will only get you information on Volume 2, so you're not going to get spammed with like everything, unless you want to, in which case sign up for the global frequency.
You want to see something cool though? You want to see something cool? Let's click on this real quick.
It takes a minute to
because it's an
load because it's a full app. And I'm sure there's probably a way to make it smaller, but I am new to all of this, and I've never coded anything before.
But we did this ourselves.
But this,
you want to make a guy. You want to like change your armor around, change your gear.
Yeah, I mean, not all gear goes with all setups.
But you could you want to change your weapons. Change your weapons around.
Oh, you want it to be a different color?
Oh yeah, you can have like all of the colors.
I think there's 40 different shades. So every time you click it, it changes the color profile by 5. So it goes through all like a bunch of different. I think there's like 42.
And if you backed the Mavericks campaign box, the big box, the $150,
you can save it.
Yeah, you can save it and download it. And
it downloads as a PNG
keep
to
the
your
image
computer.
With the tarmac behind you as like your
so you do that, and it
special
clears
thing for use, personal use.
It clears everything else out, so you just have a and then you save it.
Is Frog
yeah, he's okay.
So if you got the campaign box, right? You got a set of dog tags that came with it. And the dog tags take you to a special login page where you use your backer number and your address and everything and sign in. And then you get to fill out your personal details and design your MAV. So Frog G was backer number 1. And as you can see here,
click and make it bigger. That's okay.
It's got his details. It's got his logo. He's Vanguard 001 because everyone on this page is in the Vanguard. He's got the Invader, which is the type of MAV he's got, right? He's got railgun, shaft canisters, because this is the way that we did the trading cards on the campaign. So you get to make your own guy and your own trading card, and you can like come in here and brag to all your friends that you're a Norca pilot, and you get to do that, and you get to design everything yourself. I think that was Will's, actually. Is that Will's?
No, that was
that's you.
That's me.
That's you.
Yeah, I made a test one, so this way, like if you weren't sure exactly like what you could put in, I just kind of because we have the examples of the actual like canon characters, but I figured just show one so you get an idea of what it looks like when you do one on your own.
And then there's the merch section, and okay, we're showing off the website. Let's stop. Then there's
fucking rad.
So there's a forum. I'm going to be doing some forum RP from back in my old AIM RP days, not really, but kind of, where there's going to be in-world communications. So if you're like hungry for some Mavericks lore, I will be posting things semi-regularly to just kind of update some of the in-world information to give you juicy little tidbits to keep you interested and like, oh wait, what's this he's talking about now? So there's the one, there's a in-world for Norca for the unification, and then for something we call radio chatter, which is like the unaffiliated groups that are doing stuff in the world. And then there's the out of world communications. And those are like the product updates, the schedule for releases, any announcements that we have for any of the backers.
And then if you just want to chat about Mavericks and talk about how awesome it is.
Or, how much you want to see this over that or whatever.
Yeah. Or like ask questions or leave feedback,
Yeah.
Great website.
Cool. That's
like,
let's shut that off now.
Very nicely done. And Arvid is saying this would make a great hex map game.
It would actually. We're talking to some people. I say that about a lot of stuff. It's just like a lot of
talking to a guy. It's gotta keep it hush hush for right now.
The guy who developed and designed our modular Gunpla style kit for Mavericks. There's like an assembly kit that you can make, and it's articulated. Yeah. It's upstairs. We have the raw. It's not like colored, painted, or decal or anything, but it's like a Gunpla. You just put it together yourself. He actually is, funny enough, developing a 16-bit hex strategy RPG video game. And he's got little mechs, because he's a mech head like me. Mm-hmm. He's got little mechs, and they have little loadouts, and it's a strategy RPG where you move things around. You shoot very much like the original Front Mission. So I was like, hey, can we license your engine? Can you do the assets for me? So, I mean, that might be coming in 2025. We'll find out how much we got in the budget. We'll see. Yeah. Like, there's a lot. Like I said, I don't want to rain on any of my other IPs, but Mavericks is big.
Yeah. We're
yes, like Ogre. Dude, you played Ogre Tactics. Yes, exactly. Front Mission. Yeah.
See, Arvid is right there with you. Hell
Final Fantasy Tactics. Yeah, all of those. Man, those were my jam.
Actual 16-bit or 16-bit-esque?
I can find out and I can tell you directly because I don't know the answer to that off the top of my head.
Yeah, and he doesn't want to answer incorrectly.
Yeah, because I don't want to be held to it.
Peen cannon is the best gear selection.
Yeah, you know what? I think it might be. It might be. Submit the.
Sorry, you probably didn't put that up on purpose. I was just talking out loud because I have no filter.
Submit the design and we'll make sure it gets approved through R&D, and we can give you that customized, personalized equipment. I don't know if there is a standard issue peen cannon, but we might be able to do some upgrades. I know Harrison's Wendigo is a modified, personalized version of the Marauder, so we could probably get our boys in R&D to make you something special.
Low center of gravity makes firing easier. Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, one of them actually has the one that I designed. There's a whole nother team 2 for one of the side missions in Volume 2. It's called Operation Vesuvius, and one of those guys has a artillery style cannon. It's kind of like a mortar, but it's like remote control, remote guided via drone. And he's got these legs that come out his back to give him like a secondary platform, so he can lean back and like spread his legs open to like give himself stabilization and like fire this thing. So we could do a peen cannon. It's not shoulder mounted. There's just launch, in the groin. You can get like a little tripod going, and that worked just fine.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're mechs, It's just... Oh yeah, the new Armored Core coming out soon.
Oh, Neff has been watching the trailers like every morning with his coffee. He plays the trailer.
I don't know, man. I spent so much time on 4 Answer. I even played Verdict Day, but I spent so much time on 4 Answer. I love Front Mission. I just, people say they love Front Mission. I love Front Mission. I don't know how else to say it. I love Armored Core. I love both of those series so dang much. Armored Core 4 Answer was like my game. That and Front Mission
and Sly.
And Sly, yeah.
Those are like your top 3.
That was it was called something else on Xbox. It wasn't called Steel Lancer, it was called something else. I don't remember the name of it. But I played on PlayStation where it was Sly. Yeah. And but
it means that we have to upgrade to PS5.
Yeah, the Armored Core 6, man. I don't know what to think yet. I'm still very hopeful. I've heard a lot of the stuff that they've been saying. I'm just hoping that we get like Arms Forts back. I'm not entirely certain now with Squeenix doing all of the Souls games. I don't know if it's going to be Souls-like Armored Core.
Oh yeah.
I want Anthem, man. That's really what I want. I want Anthem that works. Because the game Anthem, when it came out, I'm very much about game feel. You know what I mean? Like there's a thing about Souls-like games where you start feeling very immersed. Even Destiny, to a degree, you feel very immersed. The controls feel intuitive. You move, you do stuff with the controller, you see yourself do it in the game. It becomes like a seamless connection. That's game feel. There's a game called Anthem. They did Flight perfectly. And I mean, I've played a lot of simulators. I played a lot of mech simulators. I played a lot of things that have 3-dimensional interactivity, like in the game. You remember like the old Superman game used to fly around, man. I played that. I got
the 3-dimensional traversal. Yeah.
They nailed Flight. Unfortunately, they failed at everything else in that game. Plot, story. Some of the character design was okay. Some of the gear design was okay, but loot was terrible. Like Anthem was a commercial failure. And it was so sad because Anthem's flight
had a lot of potential.
The game feel was great. So that's what I want. I want open world like Anthem, but with missions that you can interact with. And if you're going to do it Souls-like, give me like, arms forts that are in the distance that I have to fly up to fight. Give me Spirit of Motherwill again. Give me some cool stuff. We'll see. I don't know. I don't want to jabberjaw too much about it.
But he could.
Steel Battalion was great. Steel Battalion was very unforgiving, very punishing. If you were lucky enough to have the big console, then it was very much game feel, even though it was awkward and clunky as hell. But I didn't like Steel Battalion a lot because it has a hard learning curve. And as I would go like one mission to the next, it felt accomplished. My guy would just die, and you have to start over. That was the whole point of Steel Battalion. It's like you have one life. And if your guy is in his mech and you do not pull the ripcord before you die,
dead.
New game.
Oh, shit.
Sorry. There's no save file.
Game over.
Start over.
Bye-bye.
Shit, man.
Yeah. Phantom Crash. There it is. Yes.
Has an amazing soundtrack.
Knows it. Jay, you're my boy.
Check it out.
Amazing soundtrack. He's right. Saturday Music Group. I don't know where to find any of their stuff, but it was so good. That's actually also what got me into, what was the name of the freaking, I can't remember the name of the artist now, but yes, it had an incredible soundtrack. I used to just put on my little mix because you could add your own soundtrack of songs. So you could go to the crypto store. And this is like before crypto existed, before the metaverse existed, right? You could go to the crypto store and buy music to own in the game. And it was all Zebrahead. Yeah, it was all in-game money. It wasn't real money. You go and you could like set up your own playlist of like 16 songs and like shuffle and put them on loop and stuff. And then you can go fight in the arena, listening to your music running around. It was great.
Yeah.
well designed
Fucking
mechs
nuts.
in that game too.
Yeah.
Very well designed.
I remember you had like printouts of all of the like
Specs.
the weight.
I had the tuning,
and,
the tuning
oh my
specs.
God.
Dude, the amount of math. It's funny, I
Dude,
hate
for
math.
real.
I hate math. Give me a mech game where I have to calculate statistics for like weight dispersion and shit like that.
And you do it all day
I was
long.
focus on math
Yeah.
for hours.
Dude.
Ask me to do calculus, I'll be like, I don't wanna.
No, I don't want to do this. This is
I won't do
annoying. It takes too long. I have to think about it too much. Ugh. Yeah, yeah, no, it's you know, it's just, you know, that thing in your brain. If you're really excited about something, it just seems to unlock with excitement. But otherwise, it's just like, yeah, no, you don't have that motivation. But Arvid says, one of my great regrets in life is never knocking over a liquor store to acquire the funds.
It was expensive, son. It was expensive.
That
but,
console
you
thing
know,
was nuts.
Alex VRB is right. That red that eject button with the red cover, that's like iconic. You know, everyone knows now the whole like, yeah. I don't know how many people actually got to play Steel Battalion. It's kind of a meme these days, and I don't think you can even find it really anymore. Although, to be fair, I haven't really looked. Or what are you doing? What are you looking at?
I had to see.
There
oh,
it is.
there.
Yeah, there it is.
I
with
want
the
to see
pedals.
what link you dropped.
And that was the other cool
Oh,
thing. It
yeah.
came with the ammo
Yeah.
can. Yeah, that really cool ammo can.
Yeah.
See, there's
That's
all
why you
sorts
wanted
of-
to do that. Ammo
There's
can.
all sorts of stuff to crib out there when it comes to
Yep.
marketing and design. You can
Yeah.
just look
You
at
just
what
gotta
you
look
think
for
is
it.
really cool and do that.
Yeah. You know.
D-Wag!
Thank you, D-Wag. You're the best.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Thank
you've
you.
been such an awesome support. and
Yeah,
fan
he
of
really
ours.
has.
Yeah.
D-Wag, like he is a, I don't want to say it in a diminutive sort of way, right? But he's a cheerleader.
Yeah.
Like he is a hype
Like in
master.
the best, yeah.
In
hype
the best
master.
sort of way, like when
Yeah.
things are rough for me, when I'm like, I don't know if I can tolerate these delays, setbacks, or and you know, the stuff, arguing with my artist, being having things turned in late, stuff like that. D-Wag is there being like, yo, it's the dopest shit ever, son. And I'm like, okay, D-Wag likes it, he believes in it, it lifts your spirits, right?
Yeah. Yeah. You know, sometimes you just need that unrelenting positivity from,
Yeah.
Yeah,
from somebody
that's a
else.
very good way
Yeah.
to describe him.
You know?
Unrelentingly positive.
Yeah.
And
Is
on
sunshine.
crack.
Well, I
It's
mean,
not
some
sunshine.
the crack helps. You know, the being on the crack helps you be unrelentingly positive. You know, you just got all this energy, and it's easier to burn it off that way.
Thank you, Fieldfire. Thank you, Arvid.
But
Arvid's
I-
another source of inspiration.
Yeah, everyone has been so awesome to us. It's really
hell yeah, this whole scene is incredible. All the different talent, all the different tastes. You know,
Yep.
all of just this entire scene. I'm so proud of where it's gone. How much it's grown. The
Yeah.
natural variety of story and of storytellers and viewpoints. I think it's fucking amazing.
And
you
the
know?
thing that strikes me most about it is it's not quid pro quo. It's not,
No.
well, you know, you scratch
Right.
my back, I'll scratch yours.
No.
You
it's
come
just-
on my show and whatever, and then I'll have you on mine, or you do work for me. It's not that. It's people just want to do cool shit, so they
Yeah.
get together and do cool shit, you know?
Yeah.
And it's,
That's
let's make
exactly.
awesome books. How do we do that? Well, let's figure out how to do that and then worry about the other stuff after that, you know? Like,
Make cool
the-
shit
the-
happen.
the scene, the community, the network, whatever the hell you want to call it, the thing that
Yeah.
really strikes me about it, you know, on this side is the free-spirited socialization without any sort of like, you know, obligation.
Yeah.
Whereas in some of the other communities, you can definitely feel that loyalty is the most important thing to us, and you must prove yourself, and you must give us things.
Yeah,
and
or you must do or give or
I
contribute in
won't
order for me to acknowledge
support you unless you back all of my books, and you know, I don't want to be obligated. Let me do that of my own free will.
Right.
Of course, I will
Yeah.
back your book. You should
Right.
see all the freaking books I have everywhere, of course, but don't make me feel like I have to. Then it's
Yeah.
not fun. You know,
Yeah.
it's fun
Then,
over here.
then it
It's-
becomes
it's
resentful.
fun.
It's yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and that's the thing about being over here is that it's fun. You know, you back what you dig and you back what you can afford. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And nobody dislikes you for not backing at the highest tier or whatever.
Right.
Like if you can afford the digital, or maybe you just want the digital, then cool.
And if all you can do is share the campaign.
If you didn't back the book at all, I mean,
Right.
that's cool too. We'll tell you about it. I've sent people extra copies of books that I've backed because they didn't back it and they wish that they did. Be like, oh yeah, here, have one of
We
mine.
have 3 copies of this too.
And if you didn't back Mavericks, then sucker, you failed. Reevaluate your life.
Well, I mean, obviously they can see how fucking badass this turned out. So, you know, maybe go give that link that's pinned at the top of the chat a little click, and you go sign up for the next book. That way you know what's up, and you know you get the exclusive that is guaranteed to come with signing up. And
we do have some more copies of Volume 1 that we will be putting up. The link is technically there in our store, but we marked it as sold out for now. Just because after fulfillment we are going to Japan, which we're supposed to have already been there, but we're taking a little bit of time off, and then when we come back,
I gotta go see the Walking Gundam in Yokohama
before it's gone.
You know, get inspired.
I mean, that's completely a business write-off right there.
Well, I mean, like I said, you go and you take a look at things people are doing that you like, and then you figure out how to do it yourself.
We are not making a giant walking mech in our backyard.
3 years from now, there's going to be a giant walking Maverick, like right out in front of.
No,
I think we'll start with a 9-foot-tall cosplay where the people can be up on stilts with semi
that's a good place to start.
Articulation. We'll start there, like the way that
it's a good
people
place
do
to
Space
start.
Marine costumes.
Yeah.
But we're gonna do a mech.
The cosplay, yes, we are not erecting a gigantic walking mech in our backyard. Thank you.
Set up like the giant walking mech, and like, you know, you have your studio where you work and you write, like right in its chest or in its head, so you're looking out.
Well, that's really cool.
Yeah, with like
Optimus
Prime style. Yeah.
All right, you be selling me on this.
Thank you, Luke. Thank you.
You're most welcome, my friend. Most welcome. All right, guys. Is there anything else that you wanna say to everybody before we go ahead and wrap this one up? This has been fantastic. I mean, so much stuff in the box, so much stuff ahead for you guys. This is incredible. I'm excited to see what comes next for you guys. Anything else you want to tell people before we wrap this
Just
one up?
thank you guys so much for your support. Thank you for the love you've shown us. Thank you for welcoming us. We got a whole lot more to give. The best is yet to come. Stay tuned to the frequency.
Yeah.
Links are in the description. I want to thank everybody in the chat for hanging out. You guys rock. I enjoy doing these shows because I get to interact with you guys. I get to interact with, you know, fellow creators. I get to talk about stuff like this. I couldn't do this channel without you guys, so I appreciate you being here. And remember, always,
shop smart, shop S-Smart.
And of course, I can't find...
Seems that envy is my sin.
Oh, what's in the box? What's in the fucking box?